All right, hot text STAAR 2.0. How does it show up in instruction? So when I think of hot text, the first thing I think about is text evidence, right? How can I prove my answer? So here's a couple of questions that we see from hot text in the STAAR new questions. You have an excerpt from a primary source, in this case, the Constitution. It is very specific. And it says to select a grievance. One answer against the King of England, Declaration of Independence from this section of the Constitution address. As you go through here and you read it, you would eliminate it because the text evidence doesn't line up with what is actually being said here. So here's another example where it wants two correct answers to determine which parts of the excerpt explain why this event in 1787 was significant in history, the writing of the U.S. Constitution of 1787. So the students have to read this and then highlight the text evidence that answers the question. So, how does this show up in instruction? Well, if I were to just go to the curriculum on, let's say, the Constitution question, there's the reading, or you can use your mastering eighth grade textbook that are consumables by students that they can highlight in. You can use other readings that you choose, but in this case, I'm using a curriculum resource. And we're looking for the significance of 1787. So we have the 1787 Constitutional Convention that students will read about. And either A, I can print this document and students can highlight on it, or I can transfer this into a Google Doc and I can simply have students highlight specifically for the information that proves text evidence that would answer the question. Okay. In the other case of the actual um, grievances to the solution in the Constitution, 8.15c. Start with the grievances, right? There are lessons in the uh, curriculum that are over grievances, and then you can connect them all the way to the Constitution, which means they need to actually use a copy of the Constitution. So if students are reading grievances and then going to the Constitution to see how it was addressed, then the level of the rigor of the standard is addressed, and then the practice is addressed by using the actual Constitution, and then going to the Constitution and actually highlighting the text evidence of where they found their information. And that is Hot Text 2.0, how it shows up in instruction.